Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world today. I am back. Got some camera issues here. How's everyone doing? I am back from the dead. Sorry, everybody, for missing last week's stream. I tried very hard to be here, but it was impossible. I was way too sick. Got a cold, turned into pneumonia. Don't ever recommend pneumonia. It was the sickest I've ever been. Don't know what happened to my camera lighting, but we're gonna go with it. We are back down at the beach. It is blue skies outside. The garage door was open. That's probably why my lighting's a little off. The garage door is open, but I got a little chilly. You know what? I'm gonna open it anyways. Let's open it back up. How's everyone doing? What a week to be sick. It was the craziest week that we've seen all year in the market. There we go. Lighting's a little better now. The tariffs went into place, got put on hold. The stock market crashed. The stock market rallied. Interest rates were all over the place. When it comes to refinancing, okay, I've been preaching this since October. We're going to see as the market continues to unwind and tell us where it's going, we are going to see opportunities for refinances. Now, these opportunities may be very short-lived, and that's what we've seen 3 times since October. We saw it in October when the Feds lowered interest rates. We saw interest rates fall for a short window. We saw it again in December. And we saw it last Friday. Okay, so if you are looking to refinance, the best thing to do is to have your application in, have your pre-approval done, so that we can lock in your interest rate when we have that window. We locked in a lot of refinances on a week ago, last Friday. And we had opportunities to lock for literally maybe 48 hours. Okay, we locked a couple on Monday, most of them on Friday, and then rates shot back up. So this isn't, my Mortgage Hound's not here to promote refinancing, but if it makes sense for you, get with me early. Get prepared early so that we can lock in when that window falls. All right, with that said, let's get right into some housekeeping items. Interest rates. All the interest rates we use on the My Mortgage Hound live stream come from this website, Mortgage News Daily. Mortgage News Daily is my go-to resource for all things interest rate related. They're going to give us the most unbiased national average. They're not a mortgage bank, so they're not going to show you the most aggressive rates out there. They're going to give you a very honest national average on interest rates. I'm going to see if I can brighten up this screen. We're just going to go with it. Okay. So, 30-year fixed 7.07, guys, we ticked back up. We were below 7%. We were touching 6.5 there, but we're back up at over 7%. Our jumbo loan, so loan amount over $802,650, is 7.2%. Our government loans, these are really what we use on the stream for our benchmark. FHA 6.5. Guys, we were so close to breaking that 6% mark. And this is where we see a lot of the refinance opportunities in FHA and VA. We were able to get down to 5.75 for a very short period last Friday, a week ago, for a lot of our streamlined refinances, but that window is very short. So now we're back up to 6.5. We're going to go through the White House special, but I'm going to wait till we get a few more people in chat to show what that means, what the increase in rates means to a payment. And if you don't believe I'm sick, I'm still drinking ginger ale. Still on the mend. All right. Every week, Gavin Huckins over at Berkshire Hathaway sends me over some market statistics. Let's look at this one first. All right, so this is Southwest Washington, Clark County. We had 284 new listings last week. Now, this was the week of spring break for Southwest Washington, March 31st through April 6th. And we've been talking a lot leading up to spring break. Some years spring break gives us a slower market. Some years it gives us a bigger market. I was kind of predicting a bigger market with the way rates were trending. And so we had a good bump in our listings, in our inventory. 284, that's up 22%. We put 209 homes in contract. That's down 1%, that's flat. I think that's a very healthy number. I like this a lot. I like this a lot because we are adding inventory. As rates come down, the more inventory we have will help stabilize our pricing, our values. We don't want to see runaway pricing like we've seen in the past during COVID and stuff where people are offering 10% over asking. We want a competitive, healthy market, and these statistics are kind of leading that way. We had 158 homes that were in contract close, up 8%, so very, very healthy numbers. Every time a real estate agent opens a lockbox on a home, that data is collected, and that's what we're looking at here. You can see in the state of Oregon, our lockbox activity fell off, which is weird because this is the week after their spring break. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking at it backwards. It actually improved. So here's the week from starting March 30th, ending April 6th. You can see that we are headed in a positive direction as far as lockbox activity goes. In Washington, fairly flat from week over week. Again, this was spring break, so I'm surprised we don't see this number drop lower, but lots of good activity on our lockbox report. All right, got a lot to cover today. I'm going to make up for last week. I got 3 very cool homes. Before we do that, let's look at our White House report. So for those of you who haven't seen this yet, right before the election, we did a White House special where we looked at 3 homes. They were all identical. They were all white, kind of a play on the election. We took one of those homes. They're all sold, right, because it was back in November. But we took one home that was listed at $535. And as interest rates change, we're going to keep updating this so we can see how the fluctuation in interest rates impacts our payment. So if we look at November 2nd, this was the Saturday before the election, FHA interest rates were at 6.62%, giving us a total payment on this home of $4,009. December 7th, after the election, we saw interest rates drop all the way to 6.12, saving us $172 a month. And then in January, we went up to 6.55. Our savings dropped to just $24 a month. February 15th, down to $100 a month in savings. March 8th, we were back down to 6.17. We got down to 6.11 while I was sick for a very short period of time, saving us $155 a month. As of today, April 12th, interest rates on FHA, 6.5%. Compared to the Saturday before the election, we're saving $41 a month. Now, up until this last week, interest rates were very steady for about 4 or 5 weeks, slowly improving and really giving us some stability going into the buying season. And you can see what that how a variable interest rate market can impact a buyer. If we're maxed out at $535, that's our cap pre-approval, you can see how $172, $150, that could take us from $535 to $565, right, in our pre-approval amount. So kind of fun. We're going to continue to do this for the remainder of the year until we get 12 months on here so we can really see how interest rates impacts our payments and our ability to borrow. It impacts what our max approval is, what our comfort zone is with our budget. So very, very important to watch. It's easy to see, oh, interest rates are up a quarter or they're down a quarter, but I like seeing what that means to our payments. What does that mean in a dollar amount? So there you go. That concludes our housekeeping. Give everyone a little bit here to get in chat. I know I missed a week. Whenever I miss a week, the chat's always really quiet the week following. So I've got some fun houses to look at. You guys ready? We're going to start off in Woodland. I got Washougal on here. Let me fix that really quick. Every week, Gavin sends me over this neighborhood report. And when we are looking at Clark County as a whole, we have statistics like average time on inventory, median or average time on the market, median housing prices, median sold prices. But it really is important if you're looking to break down the neighborhood that you are looking in. So for example, in Woodland, there are currently 48 homes for sale. Average days on the market is 107. And then here's some examples of some homes that are for sale in Woodland. Our median list price in Woodland is $699,900. The median price for list price for homes that have gone pending is $575. It's a little bit under our list price. And then the homes that are selling, the median price for sold homes in Woodland is $515,000. So we're going to start off with this house. And you know, I could see that bump in our inventory. When I go to prep for the stream, I look at homes that were listed in the last 7 days. And there were a lot of cool listings this week compared to the last few weeks. You know, it's been tough to find cool new listings, but not this week. So we are going to 130 Glory Road in Woodland. 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,878 square feet, built in 1979, sits on 2.68 acres. This is listed by Pamela Crisp over at Realty One Group Pacifica. You know, Woodland is kind of spread out, so let's see exactly what we're dealing with here. We're fairly close to I-5. We're not too far out. Just off of Green Mountain Road. All right, let's see what Pamela says. First time on the market. So this home was built in, what do we say, 1979. This is the first time it's been on the market. Magnificent views of the, in this Lindell Cedar home setting, sitting on 2.6 acres. This 3-bed, 2-bath home has a wall of windows to look out across the Great Columbia River over the Oregon Mountains. 18-foot ceilings, open concept. New roof, heat pump, 30 by 48 shop. So very short description. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, a couple things before we dive into these pictures. One, I'm still sick, so bear with me. I'm doing the best I can, trying to catch my breath here. But two, I'm looking at these for the first time with you guys. I do preview the listing to prepare for the stream, but the pictures I like to look at for the first time with you guys so we all get to see it and get a first impression together. Okay, so right off the bat, you can see lots of windows. Looks like the lot around the house has been leveled. A little retaining wall there. So here's our great room. Very cool fireplace. Beautiful windows. Looks like you can see out to the river, maybe. All right. Pet peeve, pictures are out of order. I know it's being a little nitpicky, but I like my pictures in order so I can kind of tell what I'm where I'm at in the house. All right, so we have appears to be a paved driveway up to a 2-car garage. You know, such a cool listing. Pictures are out of order, so now we're back to the back of the house. This looks like our primary. Now this house is listed at $635,000. Okay, a home, 1,800 square feet on 2 acres of woodland, under $1 million is hard to find. So yes, there's going to be some opportunities for updating. I'm not seeing anything major here. Carpet, maybe some paint if you wanted to paint the cedar walls there. Okay, so I'm guessing these are iPhone pictures, not very well lit. But you do have a window there. I'm guessing this is a closet. Kind of hard to tell. Back outside. Now from that picture, we do see the shop. Back inside, have no idea where I'm at, but this is a cool little room. Appears to be a bedroom. You know, the description said 18-foot ceilings. I was kind of hoping we'd see that right off the bat. I'm guessing this is a guest bath. All right, so here's our kitchen. Nothing wrong here, but man, you can really come in here and update this. Maybe take out that kind of weird cabinet wall, open that view up to the great room. In the utility room. Now, I'm going to give Pamela the benefit of the doubt. This is a new listing, so maybe she just hasn't had the professional pictures done yet. So hopefully those are coming. Looks like we're on the back deck. Okay, there's a good view of our acreage. Looks like you do see the Columbia River. Loft area. Okay, so now this looks like we're upstairs in bedroom number 3. All right, so this must be the primary upstairs. Again, ripping that carpet out would be no big deal. Very interesting master bath. Looks like there is a bidet, which excuse me, bidets in woodland, probably not many of them. Carpet in the bathroom, probably rip that out. Sauna. Now is this sauna in our... It's hard to tell where this sauna is, but I think the sauna is right here. I think it's in our primary. If it is, that's super cool. Good shot from the loft. So you do see your neighbors, not a big deal. Some flowers. Okay. Then back inside. Look, I know this house needs some updating, obviously. I think it's very, very cool. But there are a lot of home buyers that are looking for acreage, want to be up in woodland, want to have something unique, but don't have $1 million. I think that $635, there's a lot of value here. Let's take a look at a breakdown of our payments here. Okay. So I put 3 program options on here to look at. There's many, very many ways to finance a home like this. We're going to start with FHA, $635,000. FHA requires 3.5% down. That would make our loan amount $624,000. The interest rate we're using straight off of Mortgage News Daily is 6.5%. If we look at a breakdown of our payment, principal and interest $39.44. Property taxes on this home are not bad at $350 a month. And then $100 a month for homeowners insurance, depending on your coverages or which insurance company you choose. Mortgage insurance, FHA does have mortgage insurance, two types. It's the first $254 a month. You do have that for the life of the loan. That gives us a total payment of $4,648 a month. If we have 5% down, our interest rate goes from 6.5 to 7.07. Our principal and interest, $4,041. Property taxes the same. Homeowners insurance the same. Our mortgage insurance, we do have monthly mortgage insurance because we're putting less than 20% down, but at 5%, it's only $150 a month. So even though our interest rate is about 0.5% higher than FHA, we save $104 a month in mortgage insurance. So our payment ends up being almost identical, $4,641. So, FHA is not a bad way to go in this market. If we were to do 10% down, our mortgage insurance drops to $71 a month, and our payment drops to $4,350. Out-of-pocket expense. Now we could come in here and ask the sellers to pay our closing costs, and I probably would on this house. FHA, you're looking at $30,000 out of pocket. You could probably get that down with some negotiating to where you're just bringing in your down payment of $22,225. And this is where FHA really starts to gain an advantage over the 5% down conventional option, because our down payment's $31,750 here, so we can save about $9,000, which will help us replace that carpet and do a little bit of updating. So there you go. There's three options with a $300 difference in payment. All right. Kind of a fun house to start our week back. Okay. House number 2, we are going to Camas. Our neighborhood report for Camas. Now in Woodland, there was 48 homes for sale. In Camas, there's 167. Average days on the market are 76. Our median list price, $1 million for sale properties. So the median list price in Camas, we're right at $1 million. Median list price for homes that go pending, $943,000. So right in line there. And then our properties that are sold, $860,000. Excuse me for coughing in everybody's ear. Still recovering. Okay. We are going to 19300 Northeast 6th Street in Camas, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 4,000 square feet. So a very large home in a gated community in Camas. I thought this would be a fun one to walk through. Built in 1997, sits on 1 acre in Camas. This house is listed by Steve Rosling with Cascade Hansen. See what Steve has to say. Tucked inside a private gated community, the spacious single-level home sits on a serene 1 acre lot, offering the perfect blend of privacy and potential. With a very versatile floor plan, the home includes a remodeled kitchen, spacious primary suite, Den with French doors and detached shop, ideal for hobby storage or even a home business, plus a bonus room ready to be transformed into your dream space. The solid layout is generous lot provide a rare opportunity to create the perfect retreat. All right, again, very short description, but I like it. Nothing wrong here. We know that the kitchen's been remodeled. And there's a shop, which we're going to look at. Okay. Just when you think you're feeling better, you get a little overconfident. And I'm not 100% yet, but we're gonna push through. Very cool lot. I love the driveway. Got a little spot back here. Looks like your garage is on this side. Garage has windows, but I love this loop driveway. So this home was built in 1997, so we'll see how, if it needs any updating. But like the entry, nothing wrong here. Lots of character in the doors. Let's see. Wow. What an entryway. Now, is that the front? Okay, that's not the front door. So that's probably not the entryway. Okay, looks like our dining room. Pretty open to our great room here. All right, here's our remodeled kitchen. Tile backsplash to the cabinets. Cabinets almost to the ceiling. Big range. Nice big island, two-tone cabinets. That looks like granite to me. Breakfast nook. And that looks like real hardwood floors. Another shot of our dining area. Lots of character with the wainscoting. So, you know, yes, I can see some updating. Oops, I can see some updating with our fixtures. I can look at the chandelier. Looks like they've done some. Like this chandelier looks updated. You know what? This is the entry. This is our front door here. So we're walking in. Not sure where those French doors there lead. Hopefully we find out. You know, again, updated chandelier, but they kind of don't match the rest. So I think Wayfair.com or Pottery Barn, get some updated fixtures would really do a lot, because these columns, the wainscoting, the millwork around the doors and windows, all that stuff adds a lot of longevity to your house. It kind of keeps it from feeling too dated. Nice gas fireplace, big windows. Okay, office. There's our French doors. So our French doors lead into the office. Looks like we have a niche in the ceiling. Okay, I'm guessing this is our primary. Very easy updating here. Take down the wallpaper, some paint. Carpet looks like it's in good shape. Looks like we have a door going out to the back. Again, I don't think this needs a ton of updating. We replaced the wallpaper, maybe the tile, but I think I could live with it. Maybe take down those mirrors and update the mirrors. But look at this window, like the jet tub. picture looks a little squished. I don't think that's a good representation of that bathtub. All right, built-in closet. Bedroom number 2, bedroom number 3. All have good character. Look at that. Utility room. 3-car garage. Very nice lot. So here's our shop. Okay, are we in the shop? We must be in the shop. It looks like an old building. Yeah, very cool. Good morning, details. What a cool shop, huh? All right, love the lot. Very cool. Okay. Let's look at some numbers. So similar to the last house, I did 3 options, 20% down with a jumbo loan because we're at a loan amount of $880,000. This is what the jumbo loan amounts are. So for a single unit, we're at $802,650. You can see if we're looking at duplexes, triplex, or fourplex, that they increase that loan amount. But for our purposes, the conforming loan amount is $802,650. If we look at our interest rates, not a big difference. 30-year fixed conforming at 7.07 or jumbo loan 7.2. So not a big difference today in that difference between jumbo and conforming. So at 20% down, that does put us in the jumbo at 880. 7.2 is our interest rate. Total payment $6,972. Do a quick breakdown. Property taxes $900 a month. Homeowners insurance, you're going to be around $100 a month for a total of $69.72. Total cash out of pocket $234,000. Now let's say we're selling a home and we have a little bit more than the 20% down to roll over. We could do our maximum conforming loan amount would give us a payment of $6,376 a month, or saving us $595 a month with $312,000 out of pocket. Now, this is where you can start making some decisions. On this house, could I take that $80,000 extra that I'm putting down to avoid the jumbo loan? Can I utilize that in maybe updating the house? Especially if we look, let's say we have $400,000 down. Our payment drops to $57.50. And our cash to close is $414,000. We save $1,200 a month, but maybe I would rather roll some of that money into updating the house. Thank you, details. It's not a crane. I do have a crane over here by the fireplace, which you can't see in that shot, but that is a Tundra Swan. Okay, so there you go. So there's some options on a house like this of how do I want to utilize the equity from the house I'm selling. Okay, but awesome house. 1 acre in Camas, hard to find. Guys, I am so out of breath right now. Details, I'm recovering from pneumonia. That's why I wasn't here last week. Don't ever get pneumonia. We got one more. We got one more, and then I'm going to go catch my breath. we are going to Brush Prairie. So we're kind of all over today. Currently in Brush Prairie, there are 38 homes for sale. Average days on market, 86. Here's some examples. Man, some cool homes if you want, if you have $3 or $4 million to spend. The median list price for Camas is $920,000. Median list price for homes that actually go pending, $684,000, with homes sold at $606,000. It's almost summertime. Last quarter of school. What does every kid dream of having for summer? How about a swimming pool? I saw that first picture of the swimming pool. I'm like, this one's going on the stream. Very cool looking house from the first picture. We are at 15801 Northeast 180th Street, Brush Prairie. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3,300 square feet. So if you had 1.1 million, I thought that these two homes kind of are good side-by-side comparisons, right? We had a big 4,000 square foot one level on an acre. Now we're looking at a home with a swimming pool, built in 1995 on a half acre. This home is listed by Will Logan. All right, not a short description. Open house Sunday, April 13th, noon to 3. Turnkey, high-end remodel, half acre landscaped acres in sought-after Cedars East. A one-of-a-kind property, 4 bedrooms plus office, plus a bonus, plus a flex, or a 5th bedroom. Updated with real shaker cabinetry, high-end millwork, refinished original hardwoods, soapstone countertops, custom fixtures and lighting, built-in KitchenAid appliances, and totally redesigned custom bathrooms. I can't wait to see this one. Huge primary suite. Okay, lots of details in here. Over 1,000 square foot of outdoor living features, a large covered patio, pergola. All right, let's take a look. Details. How does a swimming pool affect your home inspection? I know we don't see a lot of swimming pools in our area. What do you think about swimming pools from a home inspector perspective? Okay, I like what Will Logan has done here. Little updated layout for our photos on Zillow. Nice big driveway. Beautiful house. Looks like fresh paint on the exterior. There's the wainscoting. Refinish hardwood floors. Lots of millwork. So dining room, living room. More millwork in the dining room, leading into the kitchen. All right. Family room, big window, gas fireplace. Like the ceiling. Okay, tile backsplash to the cabinets, cabinets to the ceiling. Gas range. Nice remodel in the kitchen. Good morning, Troy. Very clean looking. All right, so details says we don't inspect the pool itself. We do inspect, if asked, the plumbing. But having a specialist inspect is way worth the investment. It's good to know. Okay, this looks like our primary bed, or yep, very nice bathroom. Okay, you can definitely tell it's been remodeled. Love the updated tile floor, very current on the tile floor. Dual sink vanity, freestanding tub. Very nice bathroom. I don't know if the listing agent has to pay more for this layout on Zillow, but I love being able to see where in the house I am, especially when compared to that first listing where the pictures were out of order. You never know where in the house you're at. I love being able to see where I'm at on the floor plan. Wow, very nice custom closet. Bedroom number 2. Bedroom number 3. Guest bath, again, remodeled to match. Okay, here's our bonus room upstairs. Very cool. Perfect place for a pool table. Office, I'm guessing. Powder room. Utility room. Covered patio. All right, beautiful swimming pool, in ground, fire pit area. Garden. Okay, so just like the last house, did the same options. 20% down, jumbo with a loan amount of $863, max conforming with a loan amount of $802,650, and then if we put $400,000 down. Now in a house like this, if I was rolling equity over, I might put the full $400,000 down because there's not a whole lot that needs to be done with that house, right? So we're looking at $6,586 with our 20% down jumbo, $6,100 with a max conforming loan amount, and if we can roll over $400,000, that brings us down to $5,277, saving us $1,308 a month. I am out of breath, guys. I am definitely much better, but doing the stream, I thought I was going to be fine. For those of you who don't know, I missed last week. I was very sick, turned into pneumonia. Don't ever get pneumonia. Pneumonia sucks. So I was walking pneumonia, and it was a mild case, but it still crushed me. So I'm out of breath, so I'm going to go catch my breath. We went 45 minutes. We looked at 3 great homes. We looked at some crazy market statistics. Here's the bottom line, is we're going to experience volatility as we go through the buying season this year. There are going to be opportunities to lock in a lower interest rate. I see lots of short windows like we saw last week. Don't try to catch a falling knife, okay? Pull the trigger, lock in your interest rate when you find the right house. All right, thank you all for showing up. Details, Troy. We will see you guys here next week. Continue sending me listings if you guys want to see stuff on here. If there's a home you want to feature, let me know. I'm having a lot of listings come in for people wanting to feature them. So keep that coming. Go out and enjoy your week. We'll see you back here, my Mortgage Hound live stream next Saturday. Bye, everybody.